curling fans from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Look at the world's largest trestle bridge crossing the coulee over the Old Man River. CP high level bridge. Look at Fort Whoop-Up, historical site. And the beautiful sun coming down on a Wednesday night, but not before we go to the NMAX Center for a matchup many have waited for. The teams making their way in. We have Sweden taking on Canada. They both come in at 1 loss on their record, and it is going to be an outstanding evening of curling. Luke Coley here with Hans Frauenlob. Let's meet the teams. For Sweden, their lead, Christopher Sundgren. Their second, Rasmus Vrana. Their third, Oscar Eriksson. And their skip, Nicholas Adine. They will be taking on the Canadian side. Their lineup, starting off with Ben Hebert, the lead. Colton Flash playing second. EJ Neufeld at third. And Kevin Cooey, 2-time world champion at skip. We come into session 14. Lots on the line, lots to be determined. As we play through, look at the top of the standings. Japan, Switzerland, Sweden, all at 7-1. Canada right behind at 6-1. Then the USA, 6-2. Then it becomes a little bit of a cluster with 3 and 4 losses. Italy and Scotland at 4-3. Netherlands 3-4. Norway, Russia rounding out. Korea looking for win number 1. The other games going on here in session 14. Japan takes on Scotland on sheet A. Korea looks for win number 1. They take on Italy. We're on sheet C for our big battle of Sweden, Canada. Sheet D, Netherlands taking on Germany. Here inside the NMAX Center, we are in for a fun evening. Expect lots of great shot making between the two sides as we honor Scotland prior to the draw.
Nothing like bagpipes at the curling rink, Luke.
No, kind of fitting that in front of the large crowd, Scotland gets honored. You get the bagpipes and the teams out on the ice. So we see the last stone draw challenge numbers. Sweden winning that one handily. And Canada hasn't done well in that last stone draw shot.
They really haven't. Even when they've gone well, their opponent's gone better. So Sweden will have last rock. They're playing the red stones tonight. Canada will be playing the yellow stones, and this one, highly anticipated game. Here's the rules of play for tonight. We're going to play a 10-end game, but 6 ends minimum. Each team with 38 minutes of thinking time. Each team with 1 60-second timeout.
These are the two teams facing off. We're in the final a year ago. It was Sweden. Nicholas Adine winning that one. His 3rd world championship. He's trying to become a 4-time world champion. Join a very elite group of individuals. Well, Kevin Cooey trying to join Nicholas Adine, a 3-time world champ.
Yeah, it's not often that you get a game like this where you've got multiple former world champions facing each other head to head, but that's exactly what we've got tonight. Should be terrific.
Both these teams Olympians a year ago in Pyeongchang, South Korea. Canada with the white, Sweden with the blue. Sweden will have the Redstones with their dark jerseys. Canada throwing the yellow. And as normally you wouldn't know, this is a round-robin game in front of a solid crowd here at the NMAX Center. Ben Hebert gets us going.
I think so.
No, you're right, Luke. Has the feel of a playoff game, even though we are still in the middle of the round robin.
Yep. Yep.
You try your best as a competitor not to look ahead on the schedule, and you just, give yourself the sporting cliches, just play one game at a time and all that stuff. But
full 8, right to 4.
There's no way in the world that these teams didn't look ahead and say, oh, yeah, that's going to be a big game.
I had this one circled before I even got here.
Exactly.
Knowing that who it was going to be.
Yep.
And first stone goes in, and Nicholas Adine says, you know what, I'm going to hit to start off with Christopher Sundgren.
Yep. Gå på vilken. 9-3. Bra. Bra.
Chance for both teams to bank a little time if they're just going to play it straight up and down here in the first.
Well, Canada coming off that loss earlier today, and not a close game. They gave up a 5 early and were never in that game.
Clean it, Bede. Clean it.
And a lot of people said, well, why did the Canadians quit after 6 ends? Well, I'm pretty sure it's because they knew what was up tonight. It was going to be a long road back. Full value for Japan. They're sitting at the top of the ladder for a reason. They thrashed the Canadians this morning. Thoroughly outplayed them. But I'm sure it's going to be a refocused Canadian team tonight.
Last time they played each other at a international event was the Olympics, and Nicholas Adine only put a 99 up on the board in a 5-2 win. But that was a year ago, over a year ago, and a different Kevin Cooey squad.
Exactly right.
Colton Flash, a new addition.
Whoa, easy, just clean.
In the middle of the lineups will be really important to watch in this game.
Clean.
Colton struggled a little bit this morning. See if he can bounce back tonight. Nice nose hit there to get him going.
Come on. Yep.
Rasmus Brana, 24 years of age.
Yep. In. Yep. Sen en 8. In. Yep. Yep. Håller kvar.
Part of quite a curling family.
8-7.
Father, sister, also Swedish representatives.
Firm normal. Yep.
Yeah, Rasmus, 2 previous worlds with this team, and a silver and a gold.
Whoa. Whoa.
And that one just going to spill.
Just out.
Gillar ni att dra där eller klippa den? Den är inte inne. Klippa. Ja.
Briefly toyed with the idea of ducking around it, but he's going to ask Rasmus just to run it off.
Rent.
Get rid of that one.
Pummel the sideboard in the process. The side foam.
14.
Of course, the ice surface, usually for ice hockey here in Lethbridge. BJ Neufeld, 33 years of age, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
First World Championship for BJ, but he's played really well this week. This one's going to be sliding a little deeper than they'd like, though. No problem. T-line.
Were you out to that, or?
These 2/3 in this game, you see Oscar Eriksson, the lefty, will be a lot of fun to watch.
Rent.
Yeah, right up and down the lineup. The matchups are really quite something. But this matchup at third, as you say, Luke, between BJ Neufeld and Oscar Eriksson, 2 of the top players in the game at their position. Characteristic sliding. Can't even call it a broom anymore. sliding device.
All taped up. Was a corn broom, probably a corn broom underneath if it's still intact underneath the duct tape.
It's kind of like uncovering the Egyptian mummies, somewhere under there, there's something that used to be used to sweep the ice.
Well, a lot of the fans here keeping an eye on this in the building, and they'll let you know throughout the night how everything's going on. Both sides just feeling out process, even though these two are probably more familiar with anyone else in the field.
Yeah, they'd be very familiar with each other's games, play each other a lot on the tournament circuit, as well as the World Championships, as Kevin Cooey delivers.
Well, Cooey, the top-ranked team in the world right now on the World Curling Tour.
Okay.
Nicholas Adine, number 5.
Cooey rolls it to the wing, hangs on.
Take him forward.
So this is kind of like the little warm-up before the opera starts. The orchestra's just kind of tuning up.
Nicholas Adine, at 33 years of age, 3-time world champ, joined his coach, Pia Lindholm, in those ranks last year. Enjoying just a few people, 5 to be precise, that have won 4 world championships.
And there is the man, Pia Lindholm, national coach for Sweden. Pia has remained incredibly fit. He runs marathons for fun.
Yeah, we're still figuring out if he's normal, but I don't know if he is.
No, Pia is incredibly fit, a real fitness enthusiast, and that transfers into as this stone just rolls off the rings.
So
translates into the whole Swedish curling program.
He works with both men and women, and that one out of the rings, so Nicholas Adine will throw this one through. And
You can measure it if you want. Might look good on TV.
Oscar saying, you can measure if you want. They've already kicked it. They'll know each other. There'll be jokes between the two throughout. No score, first end, Sweden, Canada, here in session 14. No score, second end, Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Luke Ole here with Hans Frauenlob.
Expect this end to look a little different than that first end. First end was played at express pace, and it was almost like a gentleman's agreement between the teams. All right, we'll just get that first end out of the way, up and down. Save some time for both of us, and then start the rumble here in the second. Both teams used really just about 1 minute of thinking time in that first in. They were just lighting pace.
Not really even the thinking that it took time for. It was just a matter of getting the rock cleaned.
Exactly. 1 minute of rock cleaning time.
Börjar vi bra, börjar vi bra. Nästan lös.
Interesting approach here from Sweden. Going to duck around the center guard instead of throwing a corner.
Short run. Not it. Dead, not it.
The stone is in the free guard zone, but you're allowed to hit your own stone in the free guard zone. So Ben Hebert is going to run this one back.
The patented Ben Hebert run back.
Good normal.
Yeah.
Close, hard. Whoa. 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 Close flash. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Hard. No.
Jess comes out the other side.
Open and available for Sweden. Slide along with Christopher Sundgren.
Very different ways about going about solid lead play. Sundgren, very quiet, mild-mannered.
Yeah.
Or Ben, fiery.
Yeah.
Very vocal.
Very opposite personalities. Both equally effective at their craft.
As we see the little hit and roll.
Normal weight.
There's Christopher. Fairly solid player.
Well, they're 1 and 2 at the lead position so far in the event.
Yep.
Which is no surprise to either of us.
Yep. Yes!
Real quality on the ice.
Hard! Right to it. Gotta go.
Right on the nose. And it'll peek out the side. Edge of the rings.
Available again for Sweden. Wide open. So by going around the center of the first up, says to me that Sweden be kind of okay to score 2, but they're not really going to press for it. Because these teams know each other so well, each will look for any little sign of weakness in the other. And sometimes strength and weakness can be expressed in a tactical decision. It can be in a reaction to a shot. These teams know each other so well.
No. Close. No. Close. No.
Probably it's just a little bit straighter, probably.
Just gotta roll a millimeter.
Whoa.
Good shot.
Shot Colton.
Just a little roll into the top of the rings. Colton Flash in his first World Championship.
And that's the interesting thing. Colton and BJ, first World Championships for both of them. Big crowd in here tonight in a highly anticipated game. As I said, it has a playoff feel. And it'll be interesting how those two players perform tonight for the Canadians.
Well, hit and roll just out the other side of the center line.
Hey, bro.
The Swedish team are defending world champions. Won last year in Las Vegas in the USA. So North America's been good to them.
Lost the final a year ago, or 2 years ago in Edmonton.
Weight's good.
To that same Canadian team, Brad Gushu coming out 2 years in a row.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Go flash. Hard. Roll it.
Good roll this time. Right behind the center guard. Great shot.
So BJ Neufeld makes that hit and roll.
For me, he's the key for the Canadians tonight.
Run back for Oscar Eriksson.
Not up.
Just clears it.
So there's the first little crack.
Yep. Sets up the potential force for the Canadians.
Like that broom.
Eriksson just missing the run back.
And they want to replace the guard in the same spot now?
I think so. The closer it is to the rings, the easier it will be for Oscar Eriksson to run it back and pick off the shooter. So halfway, I think.
Hard, Benny.
Hard, Benny.
Keep going.
Hard, Benny.
2/3.
Keep it going.
Yep, got a curl.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa. No. Perfect, Beach.
Nice shooting in the second end by BJ Neufeld, first part of the game.
Well, same shot.
Perfect guard
for Oscar Eriksson.
Again, big weight, but again, a little bit full for Eriksson, just punches it away.
So 2 missed runbacks, and Kui will put the guard back out in front.
Hard to make perfect guards on this ice, but BJ Neufeld absolutely did.
Auto draw.
It's harder to throw great guards on ice where there's both a combination of a lot of curl and a lot of pace. You have to really anticipate the stone stopping and finishing.
Same on this side?
Yeah. The weight's great.
Line's good.
2/3. Halfway. A little lighter on this one, guys.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's tight. Hard, Ben. No, line's not tight. Hard, Ben. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, whoa, whoa.
It's gonna have to stop.
Stay with it. Line's good.
Gonna have to stop.
No, stay with it. Yep.
I'm with it.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Shot two.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Maybe a sliver of that
What
one.
do we do if he misses his beach? Split the rings?
Canadians already
You like
discussing
if
what
he-
I
happens
don't know.
if
I'll
he
just have
doesn't
some
make.
beach there.
I think you'd just lob it in the ring somewhere, no?
I think so.
One more try at the run back for Nicholas Adine. See a sliver, but he's not going to chase it. You never really know on the sweeper. Is it going to be an in turn or out turn?
Don't
You
leave
put the
next,
broom
don't
in the
get.
middle of the rock and throw it hard.
Well, they've had a couple looks in this spot in the ice, so not going to surprise them what it's going to do.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Run it back and stuffs it.
That's hard to do. Run it back that hard and absolutely stuff it right behind the center guard again.
It is one rock higher, but now Canada has a guard and that one buried.
Yeah, so this changes the shot selection entirely for Kevin Kui. You go from thinking, oh, well, just split the rings, get the force. Now maybe you duck
high.
another one in there and
Changes
go for the
the
steal.
He's got to go a little wider too, right? Right, like if I'm here,
Right.
that's okay too.
I think he plays the run again.
Wow, against two.
Yeah.
I think BJ doesn't want to put it close, knowing that the run make contact. If they're frozen together, you get both of them out.
Yeah, Kevin does want a little bit of separation, so BJ's right. If they're welded together, Nick would absolutely try the run back again, but if he sits a top 8 foot, or even fully buried, and then a run back would jam. But it's a great opportunity for the Canadians to force and potentially steal.
Well, BJ Neufeld made the run back, or the hit and roll, pardon me.
He did. I mean, threw a perfect guard, and Kevin Kui threw a perfect guard.
Line's pretty good.
So good start by the Canadians tonight.
You got
Where are
room.
you? Well, if you can, guys.
Room.
Maybe 12 foot.
No, you're
Room.
good. Line's good.
Room.
Whoa, wait for it.
Room.
Flash, go. Go, line's good. Line's
Hold on,
good.
Vic. We're there. Whoa.
Wait only. Right on
Hard
it.
flash.
Go.
Hard, gotta get on it.
Hard flash.
Good. Right there. Attaboy, Kev.
Well, perfectly frozen on the corner of it. Canada lying 2.
What'd you get?
15.
Yeah, it looked like to me.
15 seconds.
I was gonna ask. Well,
Nice
they,
count.
they swept that. I knew that was not close. Look down there.
Pairing the clocks as we look at the strong brushing of Flash and Hebert, bringing this stone in. Overheard the players saying 15 seconds hog to hog, so that's pretty quick ice tonight.
little warmer maybe in the building with more people.
Yeah, lots of people here tonight. It's going to be the draw for Nicholas Adine. Run back is there because they're not perfectly angled, but Adine is choosing to draw.
Is that because there's 2 in the rings as opposed to just the single?
I think so, and he's thinking, I've just got to hit the 4-foot. Not easy, but it's the shot that you throw in pre-game draw shots all the time.
Well, final stone, second end. Need full 4-foot to get a single point.
Bra linje. Gå rakt. Bra linje. Börjar bli lite tight. Bra linje.
Bra fart, bra fart. Nästan lite low.
Line's good.
Has to stop in the 4-foot, come right down into the 4-foot. And it will stop just in time. A little bit wider, a little bit slower path.
Good.
It stops back 4-foot for 1, and Sweden's first on the board. But Canada, well played in, get the force. Sweden up 1-0 after 2. Well, the first score, pressure draw against 2. The reigning world champ, able to put it in the 4-foot. Taking on the 2016 world champion, Kevin Cooey and Team Canada. Nicholas Adine and his team trying to go back-to-back, be the first back-to-back team to win world titles since 2002-2003. It was another Alberta rink. Randy Furby and his foursome.
Remember them well. We were one of their casualties in that 2003 Worlds. But yeah, if you think about this one as an arm wrestle, the Canadians with the first little bit of an edge. Great force.
And this is the difference. The centerline guard came last and Sweden went around.
Exactly right. Canada saying, nope, we're going to throw a corner guard. We're going to take it to you. We'll let you try and play around the center, Nick, but we're going to throw a lot of stones in play. We're going to keep them all over the rings and make you deal with them.
That one goes top of the 8-foot. Here's we play end number 3.
I like that. Hey, same.
I see the difference between this end and the prior end where Ben Hebert could run his own stone back, but that's a Swedish stone on the center line, so he can't. Finger in the air for Hebert, says, I think it's a little bit heavy.
When they left it, did it start to bend on them?
Yeah, gee whiz, they just got it by.
That's a real good sweep.
Sure was. Colton Flash, BJ Neufeld, nice job. Gets the overlap, half around the guard. Canadians are in business. Redstone belongs to Sweden, but it is under threat. Rasmus Rana trying to wrap one around them and have a bit of a catcher behind the stone in the top 8.
Den är tight. Hänger bak 4. Om vi behöver bara. Baklopp. Ja, perfekt fart. Japp. Hårt.
Oh, wow.
Just squeaking by. You have to admire the precision of these teams. Trying to get the absolute maximum out of every shot because they know that's what they're going to need to win this game.
Roll, shooter.
Perfectly buried.
Normal. Yeah, good normal.
Good. What? Attaboy.
Hard.
Benny.
Calling them on right out of hand.
Hard, Benny.
Oh, look at Hebert go to work. Try and run this one back.
Sit.
Okay.
Didn't quite think they were hoping to maybe get a little drag to the back one, move that off the center.
Maybe. It was overlapped. At pretty fortunate if they would have gotten any action.
We thought that was going to curl a bit.
Good chance now for Sweden. You just go slightly across nose and then you roll both of them towards the center. Really stack them up. Rana.
Lite upp. Normal.
Not laying a brush to it yet, though. Not the side they wanted to hit it on, that's for sure.
They'll make the nose hit and kick that one back part.
Okay.
That's a mistake.
Slides it through.
Okay.
Sweden lying 2 early on in this third end.
Want to make this?
Yeah. So. This is 7/8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same weight.
I think it's just there.
Colton Flash looking for the double takeout here. Big weight.
No.
Trying to make this double and makes it over the top.
Clears the rings. Partisan hometown crowd here in Lethbridge appreciate that one.
But was Canada hoping to hold the shooter?
Well, I think that would have been optimistic. I think they would have liked to keep it somewhere in play, though.
Kändes inte som en 21, men linjen är okej. Den känns kort. Linjen är bra. Fortsätt gå
Sweden
nu.
now just trying to duck another one around the center guard.
Light 4. Kom igen. Kom igen. Får en helium nästan.
Nick has been sweeping more this week than I think I've ever seen him sweep.
Hade du. 11.
Pretty good.
15-2. Riktigt bra sop.
Good enough to force the run back.
Yep. Kui up to the front stone, looking to drive it back on the red stone. DJ Neufeld.
No.
He's been dialed in throughout, made that great hit and roll.
Shooter off.
Just goes by it. So much like in the last end when Oscar Eriksson missed a run back.
Yeah. This way, I thought you were sliver tight.
Neufeld
You're just a sliver wide on like decent throws, but just the way the sheet goes.
Yeah.
overheard Kevin Cooey giving Colton Flash just a little bit of feedback on the characteristics of the ice tonight and the kind of release that would be better. Eriksson.
11.
Big rotation.
Kan vara lite trögare. Här. Känns
Well, the difference with the runbacks missed by Sweden last end is they rolled their shooters off.
lite kort.
That stays in play, helps protect that Swedish stone in the house.
That's right. Have they left a hole?
I don't know if there is. I don't know if they'll even be playing it.
I don't mind the yellow either.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. It's going to be a run.
Yeah. Well, he's going to guard it. What do you like, Beach?
First thought was the angle.
You ever play with normal beads or do you whip it?
Yeah, I don't mind normal.
Just take it, right?
You like it with like normal weight?
Whatever.
Talking about running
Firm.
in the Yellowstone.
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
So he's on firm?
Throw it firm because they want to try and, even if it misses it, they can stick it across the house.
I think it's just a weight that Kevin's got a lot of confidence of BJ throwing and takes a lot of the curl out of it, so it's easier to read for a run back.
Well, I think they've never got quite there.
Roll it.
No, goes across.
Sit. Okay.
So, choice for Sweden, you just guard again or you go half around. There you see a good look here at the Inmax Center. Beautiful venue for curling the fans right up on top of the action. Ideal size really for this type of event. You can smell the popcorn and the sugared almonds and all the other treats.
Yeah, lots of nice treats here at the concession stands. Popcorn definitely my favorite.
Popcorn is the number one, no doubt.
And tonight's one where you get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, you're going to be going through a lot of popcorn tonight.
Ja. Känns som att det är nära på tiddragningslätt här.
Lite insida då, täpa lite grann.
They coming in?
Ja.
Seems so. Not sure. It sounded like at the end there that they might just be trying to tap their own stone forward a fraction. Or maybe just a fraction across nose and maybe push it back a foot. Try and cut down the scoring area for Cooey.
Yeah.
Bra linje, fart!
10! 10! 10! 10 bak 4! Bak 4!
This one's really moving now.
Ingenting efter
Probably going to over curl in terms of the bump. Might leave him open. Yes, it does.
About a foot too far.
Yeah, just over curled a fraction. The weight was good for what they were trying. It's an aggressive play, not to just cover it, but to actually try and tap it. And that decision giving Cooey a way to get out of jail here.
Hit it the whole way and we have the easiest one, hopefully. Just easy hack?
Yep.
I'm not sure that the tap was really necessary for Sweden, but you can just tell from Nicholas Adine says, I need to put every ounce of pressure I possibly can on my opponent tonight.
I think if you have easy hack,
That means you have to take some risks.
First to skip stones for Kevin Cooey. Has the hammer here in this third end.
Hack!
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Never. Never. Yep.
Flash.
Hard.
And just like Adine's draw, this one's really starting to move. Are they by? No, they clip the front, but they redirect and get away with it.
Went from never to
Oh my
hard
goodness.
in a hurry.
Yeah. We saw Dean's shot pull over, and so did Cooey's. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's not okay! And they really go and watch it. Clips the stone in the top 8.
Ben hopping around there.
Yeah. They were trying to get by that top stone. If they had, may have even rolled too far.
Good throw.
Where do they want? Nose?
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, nose or tiny inside roll maybe takes away the double takeout. Nose is probably pretty good.
Hit the trick. 11. 11.
Whoa.
Låg
I
11.
think nose is better than rolling to the wing.
Låg 11.
Knapp så vi ligger kvar. Trippa. Nej, nej.
Yeah, this one is not going to be on the nose. Is it even going to stick around? This would be a big mistake if it rolls out. Yes, it does. It's a bit of a let off.
Well, leaves that one open and a chance for the blank.
Yeah. Uncharacteristic mistake from the Swedish skip. Goes from an almost guaranteed force to giving your opponent a chance to blank.
Well, the half shot that can cost you in a game of this magnitude with these guys on both sides.
This isn't a huge port that Kevin has to throw it through as we have a look at Nicholas Adine.
This one will come hard.
Yeah, it'll be moving.
Kevin Cooey to blank the third.
Whoa, whoa.
That's a whoa right out of hand. That's never what you want to hear.
Nothing yet.
Good.
And
Good. No problem.
Nervous moments, but a blank nonetheless. Canada gets the blank after Adine rolls out on his final stone. Leaves it a 1-0 Sweden lead. Well, we are in session 14 tonight, and look at all the other scores. Japan has a 2-0 lead over Scotland. They can clinch a playoff spot with a win tonight.
Yep.
Korea, Italy 1-1 in the third, 1-0 in the fourth end, and Netherlands leading Germany 1-0. Netherlands 3-4. They're still in the hunt. They got to win out, have a good finish to their week. Already probably a success. So 3 wins, 3 big wins for them. They'll want to try and finish this week strong.
Yes, Netherlands in there with a chance. They had the tough part of the schedule early in their round robin, so they've got not an easy run home, but they're still in it. I mean, really, we've got 7 teams in contention for the 6 playoff spots, and as you mentioned, Luke, Japan leading Scotland 2-0 tonight. A win for Japan, and they would be the first team to clinch a playoff spot. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the week?
Knew they might have been in contention, but never the first team to potentially clinch.
Exactly.
And they're playing a Scotland team in a fight to get in. They'll have a lot of work to do and a lot of help of basically run the table if they want to have any chance of that 1-2, but it's not likely the way it's sitting.
Yeah, I think if you're Scotland right now, you're thinking, let's get ourselves in the final 6. Kind of abandon hope about winning the round robin, but
well, Scotland still has Canada left. Canada probably the toughest of the top teams with the schedule left. Only USA tomorrow, they have Scotland,
yep.
Then they finish Switzerland, Netherlands.
Yep, that is a tough run home. Christopher Sundgren, 93% for the tournament. That is outstanding.
He is number 2 in the leads. We'll see number 1 right away.
Exactly.
As we saw the center line guard, the corner, now the come around.
Yeah, this is cat and mouse time. Sweden says we'll use the centers. Canada said, okay, we'll use the corners. And there's the man also on 93%, but just a little edge to be number 1 coming into tonight's game.
Gotta go line. You gotta go hard. Gotta go, guys. You gotta go hard. Gotta go.
Just bites 12 foot. Adine says, we can see it, so we'll hit it.
11.
Yep.
12-game round robin, 13 member associations competing here this week. Top 2 advance directly to the semifinal.
Mjuk hållet. Okej, fart. Ren. Yep.
So it's a real
Ren. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
reward for performing well in the round robin.
Whoa, whoa.
Well hit, roll to the middle for Rasmus Vrana. Lie 2 early on and end number 4.
I like the run.
You like the runner?
Oh yeah.
I like the runner too. Yeah.
Cross it. Yeah.
Yeah. Roll outwards.
That's one of these.
So I heard one across it, try and roll it off. Colton Flash at 82%.
Whoa. Whoa. Hotton. Whoa.
Now trying to cross, get one, and we'll pick the top one off.
Yep, Benny.
Roll then across center.
Ah, you're on it. You're on it. You're on it. Okay. One red. One red.
So Sweden in a reasonable position to try and get a force. Canada forced them in the second end, so Rasmus Vrana 87% for the week. If he can duck one around here, perhaps Sweden can force the Canadians right back here in the fourth.
Lite tight. Kan gå lite. Bra linje. Nästan Ogges. 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 Full 8. Bra linje. Full 8. Kommer behöva köra lite. Bra linje.
Good looking line here for Vrana.
Japp.
Nice stop. Sweden lies 2.
Air high, roll behind the corner, make a double.
Yeah.
I like running,
Same way. A little early, roll over here, plant
No lack of runbacks in this game so far.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, okay, just another automatic run back, but this is really the way that this Canadian team operates. And the Swedish team, to be fair. They both love playing run backs.
Hard.
Go.
Yep. Hard. Yes. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Get one.
Just like Eriksson stuffed one, or Adine stuffed one the other end. Colton Flash stuffs that one.
And they don't want to just make contact on one. They wanted to make the double on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, keep going or
whoa. Kör kon.
som att det går rätt rakt.
89% for Eriksson.
Lite mjuk, lite lös. Ben. Sarg. Känns lite vid. Bara sarg. Sarg. Ja, var med då. Bara sarg. Ja. 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 Hårt. Hårt. Ingen väg.
Little roll for Eriksson, nice touch.
11-7. Det är väl mjuk. Bra. 11-7, den är
A
bra.
little quiet, I said. Good throw, Oscar. Nice shot. Change the angle a little bit for the run back.
Play it again, just
Nose run back might get you a double takeout.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, again, not much to choose at this third position.
No.
PJ playing the run back. Gets nothing this time. Kevin Kui got burnt this morning, gave up a big 5 to Japan.
Top 12.
Yeah, when
jag
you
gillar
kind
inte
of
att de
live
får
by the
vikten
sword,
heller,
sometimes you
tycker
die by it. And yeah, Kui got really scorched this morning.
Seems a little more
Jag
conservative
gillar garden.
approach.
Eller klippa en guard, förmodligen 0. Eller mitt framför
Well,
den med
all the teams here are good.
Han
That's,
kan ju
I
inte
guess, the
vicka
lesson.
skottet där, men det är
And
ändå
if
en
you're-
ensam rackare här. Men
If you're going to gamble when you
Nej,
don't
nej,
have
nej,
last
nej,
rocket,
kanske.
which is what happened this morning, and
okej.
you let stones accumulate,
Vill han in där?
then you're going to drop the odd big end. And
Sätter de den dubbeln så kan vi ändå behålla 2-tempot. Kör det! Försöker nibbla upp
it
den
can
då.
happen really fast because
Ja,
these teams,
vi
they can
biter.
all throw the
Ståle.
big, accurate
Ja.
takeout weight and just spill stones everywhere.
Ingen tydlig uppgift.
Good look over the shoulder of Oscar Eriksson. This is what it looks like to the players on the ice.
Lite tight, hållning så borde den vara där. Farten är viktigast. Nibbla upp den, halva in i bot är bra. Lite kort ut. Och ni behöver gå för att få in den. Halva in i bot är bra.
I want this one just part of the top of the rings to take away the double.
15-75. Kom igen, dra in den.
Challenge when you're playing a team like Kevin Kui. You're working so hard to get rock placement to make triples impossible, but even when you think you do,
Nice boys.
If you guys hit this one, roll behind all of them.
you don't always have safety. There's Eriksson.
Just playing the role.
Yeah, I like the intern.
Okay. It's probably just easy.
Christopher Sundgren catching his breath. Yeah, hard work at
A
the
lot
front
of
end.
work already. PJ, very calm demeanor this year. Past years when playing with Mike McEwen, not angry, but there was a difference of opinion sometimes. McEwen, maybe because he was a lot more comfortable playing a long time with a teammate. Here we'll hit, roll over. A little thinner than they wanted.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to roll in front of the Swedish stone. Instead, he hits it side on as we get another look. Catches it a bit thin and clips the side of the Swedish stone. It's a good shot still.
Yes.
Wide open for Sweden,
That's always hitting it.
and they can roll to the button and stay in front of the tee line as well.
3/4.
We ain't giving this a go, guys. As long as we're on the fixed side, we're never going over the top of that. No. Like, in terms of tight ice.
The kind of worry is that we're just into the bottom of this.
First of skip stones. Nicholas Adine, 87% at the skip position. Played well even in the one game they lost. That was to Scotland.
A real fan favorite here in North America, Nicholas Adine. And this one, again, catching it pretty thin. So Nick a little wayward with his hits early in the game.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he had some room for error on that one.
That's exactly. Had a lot of house to roll to.
You say he's well known here. He's almost as famous as many of the Canadian teams seeing him so much.
Exactly. So, one of the European teams, along with Thomas Olsrud's team from Norway, but Nicholas's team in particular, really committed to competing at the top level tournaments here in Canada and elsewhere around the world. So, curling fans very familiar with this foursome. They've made every effort to go out there and compete wherever they can at the highest possible
Put
level.
it like half covered.
Go back 8.
And with a lot of Canadian teams make the time to sign autographs, meet the fans, as everyone wants to take the time and meet them.
That's true.
We're not.
Get fortunate here to hear them and see them on TV a lot, and that they are very approachable, and everyone thinks they know each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. Nick and his whole team, very accommodating.
Start on the button. We'll sweep it to the back door.
Big spread between the Swedish stones and the rings for Kevin Kui.
Line's good.
Line's fine.
Well,
Line's
here's
good.
trying to put the pressure on, generate
Hard
a
line.
skips deuce.
Hard line, Benny.
Hard, guys.
Hard, Benny. Line. Hard, guys. Line's good.
Line's really good.
Hard. Keep going.
Hard,
Keep going.
Benny.
Fight the 4.
Hard, Benny. Far as it
Hard.
goes. Far as it goes.
Hard.
Good sweep, guys.
Well, this time the Canadians just put their heads down and go. Making me tired watching Ben Hebert and Colton Flash go.
Yeah, Ben will say he'll accept this challenge all day long. Throw it there, Kevin. Let me sweep it. I'll get it there. Hebert and Flash dragging it just about to the forefoot. Yep, just biting it, just short. It's a short run, though, on the front stone for Nicholas Adine, but it is a slightly higher degree of difficulty shot for him.
If it's tighter line, but definitely as you get outside.
Nose are a little bit high side, and Nick will be fine. It's quite a short run as Colton Flash looks on.
Nästan 7, 8, 0.
Oh, again, another big sweep. And won't.
There's a miss.
Well,
Wow.
have another loose hit and a chance just like that for 2 for Canada.
That's 3 half shots from Nick Adine in the first half here of this game, all on hits. Only spot that he couldn't do is over curl. Anything on the high side, he was fine, but this stone over curls, goes past the Canadian stone, clips it, but not enough to move it out of the ring. So Kevin Cooey out of nothing. A relatively easy shot here for 2.
I called it. Nice board.
Well, uncharacteristic, but now Canada can take advantage. I got the blank last end on the miss.
Mine will definitely curl a bit more than theirs.
I agree. You can bet that for the rest of the game that the Canadians will keep testing Nick on takeouts.
Easy board.
Oh, final stone chance for Kevin Cooey.
Easy board. Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy.
Get the first deuce on the board.
No.
Whoa. Clean it. Clean it.
No contact yet, starting to make a move.
Queen, yeah.
Oh, good sound there, right to it, to the nose. Crowd tells you Canada gets on the board with a deuce. And a 2-1 Canadian lead after 4 ends of play. Well, an uncharacteristic miss by Nicholas Adine, just a short little run. And Canada capitalizes, get a skips deuce. So we play the fifth end, 2-1 the score.
Köla. Kölen kommer. Känns hake. Hake nära. Ganska långt ut.
We'll try and get the corner guard play. Sweden's been the top team as far as setting up multiple point scores and scoring points so far in this event. Haven't given up many deuces.
Yeah, just a little bit wayward in the early going here, and the fourth stone position for Team Sweden. They've got the hammer back now, so let's see what they can do.
Here's a crazy number for you coming into tonight's game. Sweden had only given up 4 multiple point scores up to that point. That was number 5. Their force efficiency, 83%.
Yeah, and for us curling nerds who are into these kinds of stats, that's an incredibly high number.
You see 60 as a real good number.
Exactly.
And Canada's at 68% in force efficiency, but both at 56 in multiple points with the hammer.
Force efficiency for the less tuned into curling stats, basically it's the number of times that you can force your opponent to take a single point when they've got the hammer. And Sweden does that a lot. They force their opponents to take single points, and then they get the hammer back.
Well, that's a start to an end that'll help. Going right around the corner for Sundgren. So what Sweden needs, try and use the corner guard. Canada will try and bring play back to the center at some point.
Small bump.
Stay with it. Flash.
No,
looking
we're heavy,
on.
Kevin.
Ben Heber with a little hand sign saying to clip the side one.
I don't know.
Nope.
This one.
Clip this one. Nope. Just feathered it.
Well, it would have been through if it didn't touch that redstone.
Yeah, slowed it down a bit.
Okay.
We've seen some misses from Adine. We've also seen some misses from BJ Neufeld on the Canadian side, which we haven't seen those in any of these games from both teams.
Yeah, it's quicker than 14.
In fairness, the shots that BJ's been playing, when you're playing run backs, same with Oscar, you get spoiled when these guys just make on this stone coming off right away.
A hog line violation, or
must
pick
be
something?
Either a pick or a hog line violation. That stone's just kicked away, and some frustration in the face of Rasmus Rana. Let's have a look here at the release. If that light flashes red, that means he has not let it go in time. Well, that looked pretty clear, but Rana looks back and they pull it off, so clearly he did not release it in time.
Oh, yeah.
So that will lower his numbers because that goes down as a 0.
Yep. Exactly.
Yes! Hard! Hard! Go, Kev! Good shot, Colton.
Well, moves them around a little bit, but the Swedish stone is still shot rock, partly covered.
Still looking like an advantage for Sweden here in the end.
Yeah, they've got it set up. Center line is open. Their stone is 1/4 covered. It's available to the Canadians, but lined up to possibly jam the back. So Sweden can duck one around on the left-hand side of the picture. You can know that Rasmus will be wired to want to make this one. Green lights on that one, so that's a clean release.
Linjen är bra. Bara fart. Bara linje. Bite 4 i fart, inte längre.
Helst inte.
Nej, bra linje. Bara fart. Lite lång. Ner. Ja, bara
Helt
nej. Allt är bra.
Lite lång.
They want to stop it in front of the tee line. Ideal front forefoot. That's pretty good. Maybe a foot deeper than they would have liked. Sweden lies 2. There is the 3-time world champ, Nicholas Adine. Really just one prize missing from Nick's trophy cabinet, and that would be the Olympic gold medal. He's got an Olympic silver. He's got an Olympic bronze.
Wait only, guys.
Lots of room, guys.
But they are burning to climb the top of the podium at the next Olympics.
Got room.
Still lots of room.
Okay,
And the only other medal he doesn't have is a European bronze.
Never bounce.
Go there. Go. You got to
I'm sure he doesn't mind not having one of those.
Not a bad spot, Beach.
Hey, good speed.
Sweden still line 2.
In a position that can be used coming in.
Yeah, Sweden probably doesn't want to leave it there, but could guard. It's an option. It's not a great one. Well, they are thinking about it.
Can you get inside on the stone on the left of your picture?
I don't think so. When we had a look at it, it looked to be about a quarter buried, so for the Canadians to get inside on it, they would have to throw maybe back forefoot weight, I think. So you wouldn't call it safe. The Canadians would be able to make a play on it.
Kevin definitely went to the, for Canada, went peel early compared to a game earlier. They gave up their 5. They were playing in. They didn't try and bail out at any point.
Right. Sometimes you can be a little too confident in your ability to make runs all night to get yourself out of trouble. Sometimes when you've got the kind of game that these guys have got, playing it slightly simpler, you're still going to do really well. Kui lining this one up.
Nose hit? Make the run double?
Might even make the double, exactly right.
No. Whoa.
Not me.
Oh, it's got to curl the hair.
Man, close. Just underneath of that other one. So tough here. He was not very far off.
Yeah. The way these teams play run backs, it's kind of like walking on a tightrope above the Grand Canyon. You know, you're just putting stones in there and you just hope they survive. So that one just dodged a bullet. Oh. Ducking and weaving. If that stone curls another millimeter, it's a double takeout. That's what happens when you've got these teams on the ice.
Gentler, I guess.
That's why they work so hard to get rocks into really specific places.
Kan han frysa och ligga skottet då? Ja, han kan frysa då, ja.
Ja, kan.
Kanske jag drar. Det känns som den. Ja, jag gillar den. Få ner en bite i en fot i fart så är vi typ jämnhöjd.
Nick Adine showing us where he'd like to go.
Eran outturn för vinsten kanske.
Biting the forefoot behind that yellow guard, just short of the rings.
Jag har haft några som har gått där ute ändå, liksom Bennis och...
Låga 14 borde vara nära.
Lite hårdare ut i sliden och bättre is. Kändes ganska hård i sliden. Bra linje. Linjen är bra.
Sundgren and Rana keeping this one moving.
Helt okej. Bra linje, kör för fart. Kommer bra nu.
So much respect given to their opponent where they go with it.
Yeah, totally.
Precis full 4 där bara.
That's exactly where Nick Adine patted his brush. Right on that spot. Perfect.
It's one thing with these good teams is one person's a little off, a couple of mistakes by Adine, the rest of the team's going to pick them up.
Yeah, and then it's how you kind of get through a rough patch as a unit. It's really the test of a great team.
Good nose hit.
Give me the 8.
Saw it this afternoon, John Schuster's American team. They were trailing China by 3, and they just gritted it out, and came away with the victory. Once more to the run back for Team Canada.
One more time to the well.
Yeah.
Whoa. No.
Yep.
No. Whoa. No, never. No.
Yes.
Oh, it's really close.
Get one,
Oh, yeah.
push it over, look at that. Wow. Didn't have to remove it, pushes out to line 3.
That's how you do it, says Kevin Cooey.
Wow. If you were just listening to Kevin Cooey, you didn't think he was going to make it.
Yeah.
Well, real close. He's going to be accurate on that.
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Worth a look for sure. That is just poetry. Poetry with thunder and granite.
He can probably make that
Hit and roll.
to the back four, hey?
Wow, that's really hard.
BJ and Kevin already looking at Nick's bailout shot, saying we can hit the red one and roll to the back four. Yeah, he could.
Right.
Not easy, though, I'm with you.
Not
Or even
what
if
he's going to
if
be
he's
doing
not
on this shot,
rock,
though. Adine's going to
He
be
might be able to
trying what
rip
Erickson
that.
did again.
His rock might be in the way.
Well, wants to try and get shot stone now. He's facing 3.
Full fyra.
Yeah.
Bra fart.
Well, we saw Kevin Cooey get the skip's deuce with
Bra fart. Lite
a
plats.
half mistake from Nick Adine. So Nick Adine trying to force a half mistake from Kevin Cooey.
Nästa nerbajta T-line. Bra linje, den är helium. Den är
Good looking
helium, bra.
line.
Still, den är full fyra, så det blir lite bättre än där.
Need to get shot. And they do. Very nice.
Question is, with all the runbacks, do we see the run or do you freeze to try and close in the rings?
Well, either's an option. You can almost zip it up the middle by the looks of it. Pick it off.
Even just guard it.
Bra spel. 14,5.
What are you supposed to do to take everything away? Make the run again?
Probably pretty.
That's the only shot that
Pretty
there's
dumb.
guaranteed no deuce. It's up to you.
That,
Kevin said I already made one great run. Ben, come on.
You just threw it.
what do you like?
I like the guard. I like it if he likes it. He just planted.
What are you
I think I
feeling?
like making him make that. Okay. You're considering the run?
If you like the run,
Yeah.
you just planted it.
But it's totally up to you. I don't think it's the smart play.
I don't know that the upside is so big.
It's not really.
Like
I
I
do,
have
BJ.
to dead plant it,
Right.
and I might even open up a hole then.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
No, I like.
I think you make him make something.
So just decide that one somewhere.
Let's just talk about this. I don't want to do something where he can't draw to this though, right?
Bra. Den kommer ju sjunka neråt liksom. Det är tveksamt om den blir kvar full fyra. Alltså. Spela hårt.
Hebert favored the run back, but BJ Neufeld and Kevin Cooey talking it over and saying, yeah, it's probably not the smartest play. It's fantastic if you make it, but it's pretty low
Like here?
percentage.
It's the best result, but it's the best result, but the lowest.
It's the highest degree of difficulty.
Yeah, I think you're
Could make
sweeping
the
for
shot easier for if you miss it.
Styra i
You come down this path,
bara farten är okej.
you make it great. Maybe you get inside, maybe even lie shot if you get inside. But if you don't, how does Nicholas Adine get two? It's going to be pretty tough.
I talked about that hit and roll off the side being maybe the only way, and maybe not even.
Yeah,
Don't like it.
might not even be there.
Easy line.
room.
Halfway.
Over curl you in.
That's a stop. Shot check.
So he throws the guard. So will Nicholas Adine try the hit and roll off his own stone to try and get two? He would have to get close to a piece of the button, so it will be pretty flat. He'd have to throw it really hard. We do know that Nicholas Adine can throw it really hard.
Lite mer än full fyra behöver den.
Play this, there's 2 people to play it, and they're both in this game.
They're both in this game.
Throw peel,
Ta mitt på sten.
got to jump it over to the 4-foot.
Throw peel, throw in, turn to keep it even flatter. Well, this will be entertaining. We talked about the popcorn. Good time to have a chunk right now. This will be entertaining.
Ogge kommer få gå på den nivån.
Oscar says, I'm glad I'm not throwing it.
When Cooey said it to BJ, he wasn't convinced it was there.
Well, we're about to find out. We heard BJ say to Kevin the other night, I don't think the shot's there, and Kevin made it, so let's see if Nick can do it.
Well, needs the hit and roll. Last stone of the 5th. Well, close. Hit, roll right into the 4-foot, into the 4-foot. Look at that.
Wow!
It is there.
Outstanding shot, Nicholas Adine.
Kevin said, let's force him to make something good. And
that was good.
Nicholas Adine made a great one to score his 2 and take the lead into the 5th end break. 3-2 halfway through this one. Start to play ready. Second end, Canada, Sweden, and Kevin Cooey welds one on to the face on his last for Canada. Nicholas Adine has to draw the 4-foot. These great skips, they make great shots. Nicholas Adine puts this one in the 4-foot, but he stops just in time to get a single point. But in the 4th, it was Nicholas Adine. A couple mistakes, had control, and let Canada get an opportunity at 2. Said, great skips make great shots. Kevin Cooey makes the hit, score 2, and take the lead. Now, 5th end, Nicholas Adine, the guard is taken away. He's got to play hit and roll off the side red to the back of the 4-foot. Has to be full 4-foot to get that second point. And world champions make world-class shots. And here's the hit, the roll, just in there to get the 2. Here's the other scores in session 14. Japan leading Scotland 4-1. Scotland with the hammer in that one, the 5th end. Korea trailing Italy 3-1. They have the hammer. Well, our game on sheet C, 3-2, Sweden over Canada, and the Netherlands leading Germany 2-0 in the 5th. Here's the numbers through 5 ends. It's been a hammer game, a couple of deuces. 3-2 the overall score. Total percentage 85-81 in favor of Sweden. Draw percentage 91-88 in favor of Sweden. Hit numbers, which is a surprise between these two, but a lot of runbacks. 79-77 in favor of Sweden. 3-2 slight edge for Sweden. They've been good without the hammer throughout the event. They'll try and force, while Canada's try and get 2 right back. Well, we get a fifth end break to calm down after the excitement of that hit and roll. Yeah, a hit and roll, but didn't have much room
My heart's
to
still
spare.
going pitter-pat. Yeah, that was just spectacular.
There's 2 people in the field. Well, there's lots that could make it, but 2 that have the highest percentage of making it. Both are the skips in this game. And Nicholas Adine hit it absolutely perfect.
Yeah, Nick was a little bit wayward in the early part of the game, but boy, oh boy, did he make up for it with that one. As good a shot as you'll see.
And nothing you can do but tip your hat.
Absolutely.
I kind of thought that they were going to play the run back. Just Ben was sort of calling for it. Kevin was sort of thinking about it because they played so many and he just made it. But I think BJ, well, I still think it was probably the smart call.
It's a different story if you're trying to just remove the stone. But, and I don't think the angle on the run back was great. You know, I heard Ben talk about it, plant the run back. And Christopher Sundgren, well, it's hard to beat too. But it wasn't angled straight back, so even if Kevin was to plant the run, he's going to leave it open. Maybe give Nick an easier shot for 2. I mean, Nick wound up getting 2 anyways, but on the degree of difficulty scale, the one that Nick made was maybe a 1 out of 10.
That guard's pretty high.
Well, it's a great club to have in the bag.
Yeah,
pull out the driver.
Absolutely. Go large, let the big dog hunt.
Well, it is spring. Some of the golf courses here opening. As we see Ben Hebert, 85% below his tournament numbers.
Yeah, 85 is still pretty handy shooting. But when you live in the 90s like Ben Hebert usually does, you're looking to kind of raise it up a wee bit in the second half.
Well, and Benny will definitely dial up the intensity here in the second half of this one.
Doesn't look heavy.
Well,
doesn't like to lose. He doesn't like to lose against
hates losing
these guys.
And I'm sure would hate losing twice in a day as well.
Might have a straight one there. That might be straight. Yeah.
Kevin Cooling was, what do we got to do to hide a rock where this guy can't slam something and make it better? The Canadians, though, are playing the run backs better in this part of the game anyways.
Well, we'll see a couple more and then we'll see the run back come, sure, no doubt.
It's not particularly nuanced, the run back game. It's just basically hammering stones back at warp speed. But when you can do it accurately, it's a real weapon. The stones are so lively these days that if you hit them hard, even if they're welded like these ones appear to be, the stones will spring and move. So that just encourages the teams to play these big weight running shots because they get rewarded for it.
Hit and roll, and then just hit my shooter and roll. That'll kill that one because he'll drag a little bit.
Might be able to kind of kick this.
Okay.
Normal.
Okay.
What kind of weight, guys?
Normal.
Okay. Where's the nose flash?
Normal, because I want to try and move that yellow.
Normal, right?
Yeah, Kevin wants to save the
just a hair for you
Canadian stone and push it behind the corner guard.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, 83% above his tournament numbers.
Whoa, never.
Stay with the shooter, Benny.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Got it just a hair high.
Good shot, Bolton. It's a pretty good shot, though.
Got flash. Oh, we're pretty good.
And they are angled that Sweden could try to double off the Canadian stones.
2/3 delar, gillar du normal eller clearing och bara rulla av? 7. Ja. Vill vi bara gå för dubbeln så är det clearing. Vill du försöka sticka den, rulla dit liksom så är det normal. Är det ett hål eller? 2/3 delar. Okay. Ja, det är det.
Rasmus sneaking a peek at the overhead screen so he can see the angles better. And there's a good look.
Spela lite dryg normal då. Om det går att stanna. Ja, det går. Lite dryg normal så sitter vi här på dubbel. En 8 kanske eller något sånt.
I like this better than trying the double. There's a risk that you kind of spring off the red if you're trying the double when veer it off course and don't really get a result. But hit and roll, you probably leave yourself lying 1-3.
Rasmus, 78%.
Yep. 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 Stay forward. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Well, just jams. And he's going to lose the shooter.
Sorry.
Just one of those in between, very close to making that double.
Exactly.
Sorry, jag kunde inte säga att jag såg inget.
8.
Nej. Probably that. I think so, yeah. Nose isn't terrible.
Yeah, good thought.
Easy.
I like this.
Yeah. No, let's make the roll and nose is okay. Okay.
Hard.
Control. Keep your hair down. Yep.
Hard.
Chest control. A little soft.
Hard. Real hard.
Hard. Hard. Gotta go.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay.
That is plan B. He said nose is okay. They were looking for the roll, but Kevin Cooey realized that leaving it on the nose
Okay, we'll try.
doesn't really give the Swedes much to use. So they're going to have to play the shot
Den här
rock.
ligger ju ganska ofarligt där uppe, men den går ju splitta in bakom båda gardarna. Men det nog kanske lite till, ja.
That stone front
Lite
12.
till.
Very usable for the Canadians.
Well, 88. Usual numbers for Oscar Eriksson.
11,5. Bottenplats. 11,5. Lite mjukt. Sarg. Lite dryg sarg. Kommer nu. Rent. Sarg. Ralle, ralle.
Well by that guard. Looking for a little inside roll. Do they get it? Yes, they do. Nice shot. Nice control of the weight there by Oscar to save that one. Such good touch.
2/3 low.
What do you like? You can just make it. Yeah.
Well, you want to make what you call anyway.
Just make it. Yeah, it's a great
Make it
idea.
easy.
Sure.
Pretty much lined
What
up.
do you want to see there?
Okay.
Just wants to cross the nose just a fraction. Might leave himself too guarded. BJ Neufeld.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just don't see these numbers and haven't all week so far.
No.
Close. Close. Yep. Get. Hard. Hard.
Well, that one made a jump on him.
Really flash. Whoa. 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 The shooter.
Well, make the roll and the run. Look at that.
15 plus.
That one made a jump because they were right off, and then it was a big scream.
Good shot from Neufeld.
Kör beach.
Är det någon mening att försöka vicka på den bakre? Kan vi göra? Gillar ni det?
Ja, jag tror
Samma
jag
fart.
The Swedish team from Karlstad.
11. Vickar vi bakom den gula.
Central Sweden.
Ja, bara håll upp den lite mer. Ja, halv sekund hårdare.
Nice town. Lucky enough to visit there.
också bra. Ja. Bakan. Lite mer. Ja, 11. 11. Inte mycket mer. Sarg. Hårt!
Well, trying to make this short little roll.
Hårt! Hårt, 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 fortsätt.
Trying to save the shooter.
Just a little flip.
Bra tok, back.
Just about a half a rock too much roll there for Oscar Eriksson. Still a pretty good shot.
Rolls far enough that the run back isn't there. They have to basically come around.
Customary fist bump.
Wait only.
Pretty well buried.
But room. Line's closed. Clean, yep.
Line only.
Whoa.
Over there.
Mine's
Top
good.
4.
Whoa, wait only then. Clean it. Half a rock in the 4. Does not need.
Your rock.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Flashes.
It's there, guys.
Heart, heart.
Whoa, whoa.
Good.
Boy, Beach.
Very nice.
Good shot, Beach. Nice, Beach.
Now Sweden tries the across the top double. It's going to jam on the stone in the back. Colton Flash catching his breath. Hard work out there. Benny Hebert He doesn't mind. I'll just keep sweeping.
kommer lite rakt, den ligger lite för träff här. Dubbeln kan ju gå direkt också faktiskt. Lite risk att den kanske sitter här. Ja, fast då har man ju fått ut en i alla fall, alltså då tappar vi ju 2. Ja, kan du få bara en ren.
Canada with the hammer here in 6, trailing by 1, but something going here.
Bara tar den cleant och han drar en hit. Kanske lite mer inne på skjutningen än slashen där. Ja. Var du bara träff på den, jag tror inte du kan dubbelsticka båda, va?
Nej. I wonder at what point Nicholas Adine starts to think about a force instead of trying to get rid of that shot rock somehow.
Ganska lika på dem. Min första tanke kanske var den ändå. Hade jag kommit lite djupare här så vi hade varit en halv 4. Över den. Här är då den där, vi ska nästan natta den där, den ska rulla lite.
Sizing up the run back that get a better angle, playing the red onto it.
One's a good shot if you make it. And the only thing I have hesitation in my voice about, you don't make the run great, then maybe 3's in the picture here for the Canadians.
Well, if he misses it by peeling it, what does Canada then do?
Well, they would have a couple of options there. They could come to the Swedish stone in the back ring. They could tap their own forward towards that Swedish stone. So I think Canada would have options if Nick just peels this off to really generate something big here.
Well, first of skip stones getting late here in end number 6. Saw low numbers for BJ Neufeld, lower for Nicholas Adine. Well, really close. Red, yellow. Jams that middle one.
So the deuce is on for the Canadians. Hard to get those angles really right. You know, when they're not straight back, you have to make those little angles. You're going across a little bit, you're coming back a little bit. Really hard to
I don't know, they like drawing and just
pick them off with super high precision when you're moving more than one rock.
With them opening up the center line, Canada having trouble trying to figure out how they generate their 2. Where do you go to avoid a double?
That's right. And logic would say that you either guard or go around the corner, but
here. I want to throw the 7.
Overheard Kevin say, how do we avoid the force?
Yeah, lock it right on the nose. Do you need a shade more?
So they're going to play a freeze right to their own stone.
No, I don't think so. For back 8, I think we're okay.
That looks like a perfect move too. Same as you've been throwing, same speed. Regular tee, we'll sweep it to the back 8 for you.
Okay, so it looks like they're going to make a play to the stone at the back of the 8-foot. Try to freeze the Swedish stone.
See, even if you maybe get a nose jam on
line's good.
the run back or the double attempt.
Line's fine. Wait, back 4.
If that's what's played.
If that's what's played.
Line's good. Room.
Try and make this one here first. Weld this one on. Kevin Cooey's
Definitely
first.
room, guys.
It's heavy.
It's flashes.
No, it's all there.
So going to curl it off.
Shut.
Chuck up.
Canada lies 1-2. Not perfect, but pretty good.
Double here for Nicholas Adine.
Yep.
Good throw, Koo.
Hit it right there. Go just across the top of the back stone, the yellow stone. They have to be pretty precise, though. They don't want to run their red one out of the back ring if they can avoid it. They still want to set up a force. So Nick will be trying to somehow navigate the back stone past his red in the process. It'll be hard to do, but he's going to try. Could make this going nose as well, straight back and across the top of the red. Probably lose the red in that case.
Well, it's been a little off on a couple hits. Yep. It's close on the run back now. Needs the double. Make it the other way. Try and spin this one out. Keep it going, and just another miss hit from Nicholas Adine. Second deuce is going to come here for Canada on a miss hit by Nicholas Adine.
Nick shaking his head. This one again, just a little bit narrow over curls into the pocket. Hoped they could spin it out, but despite every effort from Oxter Eriksson, that stone sticks around in the 12-foot, and Nick knows that's a gift to my opponent. Making it pretty easy for Kevin Cooey.
So you said the hit and roll was 1 out of 10 for Nicholas Adine. He's probably making that double, at least 8 out of 10.
Yeah, when Nick climbs in the hack to throw that shot, he's thinking I'd make that 7 or 8 times out of 10. Exactly right.
And Kevin Cooey probably thinks the same thing is coming from Nicholas Adine. Now he needs to take advantage, make the hit.
Yeah. Kevin climbs in the hack looking at this shot and saying, if I don't make this 10 out of 10, I'm staying out to throw more practice.
So, chance to get the second deuce.
Easy. Just clean. Easy, guys. Clean it.
And only giving up 4 multiple scores coming into the game was Sweden. Canada's getting a second one here in the game. They'll retake the lead. 4-3. Canada back on top. Back and forth we go here in session 14. Well, look at all the scores here in session 14. Japan 6-1 up on Scotland. They've had 2 steals at 2 in that game. Italy leading Korea 3-1. 4-3 here in our feature game. Canada and Sweden. And 2-2 Netherlands and Germany. Japan with a win. If they hold on the way it's going, they would be the first to clinch a playoff spot.
That's amazing. Everybody here is just waiting for this Japanese team to kind of lose the momentum, but they just keep rolling along. Big win over the Canadians this morning, and they're looking to claim another big scalp tonight, and they are firmly in control against the Scots. My goodness.
Hard, Colton. Go. Keep going. Go. Not much wide on you. Look to that. Oh.
This one's a tight one. Some uncharacteristic errors. Nick Adine made a heroic shot for the 2 and then missed a, well, it's not an easy double takeout, but certainly a very makeable double takeout to give Cooey. Cooey's had easy shots for his deuces. Nick's had to really work for it.
For every point. Had to draw against, draw the 4-foot for 1.
Now that you mention it, yes.
Had to make that hit and roll, but it was a skips deuce he set up.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You see that 6-1 score. And Matsumura not shooting lights out even in a up 6-1, 78%. Well, Bruce Mowat at 48% halfway through that game.
Oh my goodness.
I thought he was starting to turn the corner of a slow start for them. Pressure's put on. We'll see what they can do in the second half of that game.
Keep an eye on all the games for you and update the scores as we go.
Canada will still have Scotland. They'll play them tomorrow into the late stages.
You know, when you come into a tournament with aspirations of making the playoffs and then kind of midweek, all of a sudden it doesn't look like it's going to happen for you and you turn yourself into the role of spoiler, you know, it's a pretty bitter taste. Scotland not out of it by any means. I mean, there's still half the game to play over there.
And they're still in a position to get to the playoffs, but it's trying to get to the playoffs. They had a breakout season last year at the World's bronze medal.
They did. They were very impressive last year in Las Vegas.
Wow, that overcurls both of those guards.
Yeah. See how much movement there is in the ice.
Well, maybe not as much as I thought, but it
Corner
still
pops
came
out.
around.
Yeah. Great buzz in the building tonight as we reach the midpoint of the week and start heading towards the weekend, the playoffs. We already mentioned the top 2 teams will advance directly to the semifinals, and the way the playoffs work, the number 3 ranked team will play against the number 6th ranked team in one qualification game. Just feathers the Swedish stone and gets a top 4 foot. The number 4 ranked team plays against the number 5 ranked team in the other qualification game. The winners of those games advance into the semifinals. From there, winners of the semis go to the gold medal game. Losers of the semis play for the bronze. And at this point in the tournament, still 6-7 teams with a very legitimate case to make about being the team that holds the trophy at the end of the week.
Well, past the front, tap that one back, get a little separation.
Nice touch.
So early Sweden line 2.
Yeah, make a good roll here.
Have seen some mistakes in this game, both sides. Uncharacteristic misses.
Yeah, and misses on what are in some cases are pretty routine shots, and then they make spectacularly difficult shots, so it all kind of compensates.
It's good. Hard. Yep. Yes. Real hard. Hard. Whoa. Yep. 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 Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
They want the roll.
Roll it.
No.
And we'll roll big out the side of the 4 foot. Lie 1 for Canada.
Popped out just far enough as Colton Flash looks on. Sweden will be able to make a play at it. They won't be able to get an inside roll, but they will be able to make a play.
Great throw.
Samma. Kanske en meter till om något.
Not a large amount available, but half the rock is available.
Not able to get anywhere inside.
No. Roll this one away to the side of the 12 foot and get some separation and try to work your deuce that way.
Lite mjukt. Var ner då. Japp. Japp. Genom. Japp. Genom. Tack. Tack. Rent. Japp. 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 Tack. Japp. För vilken nu? Rent.
Ja, snyggt.
Well, quiet wait.
Nice
Good
shot.
pair there for Rasmus Vrana.
Very nice shot. Playing that quiet weight to control that outside roll, and they made it perfect.
Kev, is that jam on the back one there? What? Can you jam that? No.
Gonna wait.
Normal.
Normal? Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you like. You like easy? What weight do you like?
I like normal.
Okay, B, just make it.
Whoa. No, never. No. Got a curl to get shot. This is going to be ugly in a sec.
Well, you heard the comment.
Yeah. And he never leaves you wondering.
Hearing more from Kevin in this game we normally do sometimes.
Yeah. Could be ugly.
Okej, vill du ligga snett? Eller där nere? Om inte chappar så kommer de kunna frysa andra där, då får vi aldrig bort den.
Sweden's got a couple of options here.
Den som lämnar den här
They
tycker
could
jag.
somehow get one behind that red corner guard. That would be in a pretty good spot. but it's in an awkward place to try and get behind.
Almost have to play that wide out turnaround.
Exactly, you'd have to come way outside in, and that puts you out in the weeds. You'd be guessing a bit on draw weight out there. Could come around the center guards, corner freeze your own. The question is, do you get second shot if you do that? Don't really want to bump your own stone at all. Could come halfway around it. Players coming down to contribute their thoughts. I don't think you want to push the red stone out from behind the center guards if you can avoid it.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. 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 Yes. Yes.
Two. Just.
It's 2.
Major.
Sure.
So after some discussion, Team Sweden looks like they're going to draw around the center guards, just corner freeze their own stone. I like this call. A little risk that the Canadians might be able to get behind that somehow, but I think this is Sweden's best chance to try and generate a 2 or 3. Got the left-hander as well throwing this shot, so slightly different angle of attack.
Linjen är bra. Känns lite kort. Bra linje. Ja, helt okej. Bra fart. Bra fart.
Well by the guard. Don't really want to bounce. Don't want to bounce. Tiny little bounce.
It's right beside it, so those two top of the 8-foot.
Just through the ring.
Oh, probably pretty hard.
That little bounce might have just exposed enough that BJ Neufeld thinks maybe I can double them off.
Good news, we always have that double.
I think you got to do that and try and kill one of these.
Yeah.
Unless you think you can kill this.
I mean, you might be able to, but it's awfully hard.
Double peel and we can get out of here giving up 2.
Yeah.
Turn do you like?
I like the out.
3/4 BJ.
Canada saying, yeah, I can smell a 3 if we don't make a good shot here. So if we double peel the
3/4.
front, worst we're going to do is going to drop up 2. That's Kevin Cooey's rationale here.
Can they get one of the ones in the house if they hit?
Well, they can. I mean, if BJ slams the top one 7/8 on the outside, goes across the top of the yellow, you might even be able to make a double takeout on the stones and the rings.
Whoa, whoa.
Wants the double peel first and foremost.
Whoa.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Oh.
And just touches it over. Only one guard removed. Still, Sweden lying 2.
So now for Sweden, do you go for 3 or do you play for the safe 2? Neufeld just a little bit wide on that one.
So look like I'm full there.
Just a little back. A little forward.
Yeah, a little full.
Jag skulle säga man har
Doesn't take much when you throw it as hard as they do.
nästan 50 har röd, 45 i alla fall. Sätter de den så kommer de ändå spinna iväg så. Jag skulle vilja få runt någonting här. Det är nästan utifrån. Ja. Det är dumt att tjappa. Även om de får något in så ligger de här så bra för oss.
With that center guard taken away, it is now much more feasible to go behind this corner guard, but they are going to come outside in. Interesting. Or are they going to switch to the intern now?
I'm just worried if they play the double, where does it go to?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing when you're playing against a guy like Kevin Cooey. Even when you get the rock in a good place, they can still get at it.
Kan ju dra den här vägen också. Övergömd gör inte så mycket. Vi behöver halva 8-foter. Eller så slår vi den här. Det är helt okej. Jag gillar den om du gillar den också. Jag gillar
The
den.
simple logical shot is hit the Canadian stone. If you do that, you're saying most we're going to get 2. And you might even give Kevin Cooey a crazy triple takeout on the top stone.
Just trying to figure a spot where it wouldn't set up that triple and take the whole end away.
Exactly.
So this, play the hit.
Have to save the shooter, though. Right in the nose.
Side of the 12-foot to lie 3.
Kevin's going to look at it.
Which is good.
Yeah, but if I hair the guard, I'm getting to what, a third?
You hit
Half rock's not good enough, I don't think. I'm wondering if this is there.
Exactly. I knew Kevin was looking at that.
Yeah, it's for sure there too. It's pretty thin. But you just make that double, it's not the end of the world. Might have something to draw
Does
around.
this look there? I gotta get to about a third.
Yeah, it's there, Kev. For sure.
Looks to me like it's there. I think even if you hit a thin half, I think you're gonna kill them both pretty easily.
Yeah.
I think Kevin in his heart of hearts would like to try the triple takeout. I think his teammates are saying, no, you can see enough of those 2 stones. Just hit them square in the middle, kill 2. Maybe get some action.
If you'd rather throw this,
No.
I don't mind it.
Quarter rock triple.
Yeah, it's just if I don't make, it's either all or nothing, right? If I don't make it, then this one over here isn't going.
And we had an all or nothing moment this morning that cost him the
You
game.
hit it thick and roll on top. Probably second shot.
Clean. Here, heavy.
Whoa. Like this?
Yep. Yep.
You're good, Bob. You're good.
Figures he can get by. Make this double.
Yep. Hard flash. Whoa. 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 Come on up a bit.
Well, it won't get rid of the second one and backs up
Okay.
out of the rings.
Oh, we got this now.
Ever the optimist, Ben Hebert. Well, we got this crosshouse double now.
Just keep setting up the long doubles.
Sorry, Kev.
Yeah, that weight, they just hit it hard with the brushes out of hand, but that kind of weight just coast straight. I need to get more of the right-hand rock to make the double. Hit the left-hand rock first, that changed the angle a little bit, and it spins out of the rings.
This just cannot be deep now for Sweden.
Yeah. Behind the center guard. Yeah. Top 4.
Can I make this one?
Nästan mitt 8.
Kevin's already looking at the crosshouse double.
Or even just a hit and roll.
Yeah.
Inte riktigt i dragningsrätt.
Nick Adine, though, going to try to ratchet up the pressure here by getting a good one in.
The half.
Important stone for Sweden. After giving up a pretty soft deuce in the previous end, it'd be really good for them to deuce right back.
81.
Sikta full 8. Bra linje.
Linjen är lugn.
Känns rätt bra.
Bara topp
Helst
8.
inte.
Bara
Hänger.
91.
Topp 8. Precis. Ser lång ut. En deci mer än 8-foten. Deci mer än 8. Halva 8. Halva 8.
Just can't afford to be deep with this one.
Well, he's got no cover yet either.
Japp. Dra in den lite. Japp.
Has he left the triple takeout?
Kan få trippel.
It's close.
I think it's there.
Ja, det kanske.
It's a thin half to make this.
Yeah, just make this one. Make
What's
this one. Make this one and see what happens.
Definitely throwing the
Less
double,
than
and Kevin's
half
saying, I
on
make the
this guy,
double, and maybe you make the triple.
Yep, less than half. Oh, it's thick third. Third is close.
I'm not sure why they left it as high as they did. Again, it's hard to put rocks in places that Kevin Cooey can't throw it hard enough to pinball them around and get rid of a bunch in one shot. This is going to be entertaining, folks. Strap yourself in.
Well, he's same spot he just threw on his previous one. Trying to make them all go away.
This will not be light.
Crowd will let you know.
Yep. Yes, hard, hard, hard.
Triple made.
Gotta go, Flash. Gotta
Right
go.
out of hand.
Back it up, back it up, back it up. Keep going!
Oh, he wrecks on the front!
They get fortunate to catch the side one.
Could have been a disaster. Was bad enough. Now it's a draw for 3, but it could have been a draw for 4. Rex on the center guard. Unbelievable.
That guard shouldn't have been a factor whatsoever, and he got that one right out of his hand.
Just clipped the third stone to get it out of there to reduce the damage, but Nicholas Adine now talked about the soft deuces of Kevin Cooey. Well, now the Nicholas Adine just has to hit the house to score a 3.
Nicholas Adine sprinting down to throw this one with his final shot of 7. Chance to score 3.
Finally, a straightforward final stone for Nicholas Adine.
This will just be the second end more than a 2 scored against Team Canada this week. Sweden will be efficient with the hammer. Canada, too many mistakes there. Ends up in the 3 on the board for Sweden. They take the lead back, and this time by a 2-point margin, heading to the 8th end of this juggernaut, Sweden-Canada from Lethbridge. Well, a tough single in the second by Sweden. A tough deuce in the 5th end. And it's never an easy 3, but when you get an open draw to the house,
even I can make those. Yeah, big end there for the Swedes.
Well, and Cooey saw it coming as soon as Neufeld hit and rolled away a little bit, that they were in some trouble.
Yep, and he was right.
So we compare leads. Sundgren still 100%. Hi-Bred at 89. Cooey's gone to the rally. Jacket off.
Things are getting serious when Kevin Cooey takes the jacket off, folks.
A couple come from behind wins where he got down early in the week. Won it in the second half. Sans jacket.
Rally jacket.
So 6-4 game now, a 2-point lead. Sweden change how they play this end now with a 2-point as opposed to a 1-point lead?
Well, you want to try to force yourself not to play it differently. Yeah, you kind of play the scoreboard, but you're also playing Kevin Cooey. And I think this Swedish team knew that, you know, they're going to throw 80 shots tonight and they need to make an awful lot of them to win the game. And I don't think that changes.
I'll be a high one here, Benny.
The nice thing about that 3 for Sweden, it changes the formula around the even ends now. Now, if you can force the Canadians to a single and
2/3.
8, even though the Canadians
Yeah,
have
try to
got
even
control
them
of the even ends, the odds are still a little bit in your favor. If you deuce in 9, your 3 upcoming
Yeah,
home, you
looks
like your
like to me.
chances.
Right up front. Right up front. Right up. Good, good, good sweep.
2 corners up. Game on. Chris Sundgren taking a rest, Benny Hebert taking a rest. Good shots from both of them. 2 outstanding lead players on the ice tonight.
15-3. Ganska mjuk, men... Ta jämnhöjd med gul här.
This is where life changes in the 5-yard rock free guard zone era. Sweden can't peel. It's always interesting to see if teams want to throw it in the rings, or they want to throw it short. A little bit of both there for Sweden. Tight center guard.
3 lined up.
Got to stick
Yeah,
around.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Firm, just nose hit. Hit. Firm.
The important line, you got to stick around.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Just cross nose at the end.
Very nice.
So got rid of 2. Very nice shot. So Canada, 3 stones all in the front of the rings. They're all rocks that they can use.
Good shot. Go där. Rickard. Samma vinkel på båda det finns. Teoretiskt så finns trippen båda hållerna.
Här tunt vore det bästa känns som.
Känns ju som jag den. Ja.
Det är ganska tunt. Eller bara sätta dubbeln och så gruppa ihop de här.
Alltså, ja, precis den. Spinner du bara lite
Nick
grann
Adine is
här.
no fool.
Nästan bara sticka där.
He knows that the guards are the things that are dangerous.
Ja, spinner ihop där. Så huvudsaken vi får bort den liksom, att det inte blir att man tickar den dit. Ser att den här dubbeln kan vi försöka få lite neråt. Ja. Tredjedel ungefär alla. Blir det tunn halv så kan vi försöka bara sticka en gard där också.
Lång väg att spinna.
Viktigast är att vi får den dubbeln, att den inte liksom går ner hit. Tredjedel tunn halv, där är bra.
Tredjedel tunn halv kommer att bli bra.
Mikis vill ha.
Rasmus is going to try a double clear. Trailing a little bit in shooting percentage tonight to his opponent, Colton Flash. He's got 1, got 2, stuffs it in front of his own stone in the buttons. That's a nice shot there from Rasmus.
Yeah, one of the 2 corners now away. Canada still trying to find a way to generate offense. And
Well, for Sweden, they've got their stone right back on the center line again, so that's not a stone the Canadians can run in with any confidence.
well, it's fair to say Canada hasn't been able to generate their 2s. It's been on a couple of mistakes from Sweden.
That's right. Yes, Nick has kind of handed it to them, really.
Had opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been easy shots. I'm not ragging on Nick Adine by any means. You know, the half shots have been on things like run-ins and double takeouts. They're not easy shots.
There, guys.
We just you become
You
accustomed to
expect a
seeing
lot from these players because they show you time after time after time that they can make these kinds of shots. Not quite corner frozen, and it's a teaser. Sweden can probably see just enough of it to think they can push it past. This is kind of the stone that can get you in trouble. It's corner frozen, you think, oh, well, okay, we'll just freeze it down and kind of clank it up. When it's a little bit higher like this and it's almost open, you think, oh, we can get inside it. We can push it back. We get a little inside roll. You get a little greedy, and then all of a sudden it floats, and you're looking at your opponent one guard, and you think, how did that happen?
Den är inte så. Okej. Det är inte okej. Bara fart. Topp 4. Bra linje. Kort. Topp 8. Kör ner, kör ner. Japp. Topp 8. Japp. Bra fart. Lite kort. Bra linje.
Well, really quiet weight here from Eriksson. It's only just going to be a draw. He's not going to try to push it through at all, but he does want to get across the nose to change the angle. That's very nice. Great shot from Eriksson.
He has made some absolutely huge shots in this game.
He sure has. Class all the way, Oscar Eriksson.
I don't know, try this.
I think so.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure you keep her shooter around.
You're just trying to get this kind of back here.
Yeah, like just through weight. Like what kind of weight? Back line?
Yeah, just enough
Make
to
sure
move
there's no
this.
double off this rock, is all we gotta make sure.
Back line, like,
Just through.
yeah.
You're on your own. Yeah.
For Oscar Eriksson, his usual numbers. BJ
Hard.
below par than
Gotta go,
from what
guys.
we've
How's the
seen.
weight? We've got real hard line.
Trying to hit their own stone here, but is it going to over curl?
Hard, Benny, hard.
Can they get it by
Shooter,
this red stone?
shooter.
Yes, they can. Very
No,
nice
no,
sweeping.
no.
They don't get the separation.
A pretty good shot, though. That was the weight that Kevin was looking for. I don't think they could have done a lot
I
better
should
than
let
that.
that rub, maybe.
Yeah, Kevin's changing the angle a bit. Wanted to catch this one a little thinner. Hebert held it well. It was the weight that they were looking for.
Easier than I thought.
Hit exactly what they saw of it.
Yeah. Not easy double here for Oscar. Has to catch the top stone really thin.
Nicholas Adine, a losing record against Canada in international play, 11-13 record. But in his 3 World Championship, he beat Canada in the round robin, and then in the playoffs.
Nice when it matters. Very nice shot from Eriksson. Wow. Makes that look easy. That's a terrific shot.
Routine for Oscar Eriksson.
Enjoying a beverage.
Last year en route to the world title, he beat Brad Gushu in the final and in round robin. 2015, he beat Pat Simmons in the semifinal, beat him in round robin.
The nice thing on that double by Oscar,
I
he hit a
still
corner.
don't see us. Well, we're not getting a blank out of it playing this, but
No, I was just wondering if we rolled a bit, maybe it opens up a path for you to draw if he doesn't make the roll back. But I mean, if he makes the roll back, we're in trouble.
well, that rock is the one killing our draw right now, right? Like to score.
Yeah, well,
I like hitting that in here. You can hit it here, you can come back here.
So Kevin Cooey already looking at how he's going to save the end somehow. Thinks the blank is pretty much gone. We're saying to BJ Neufeld, the yellow stone at the top of our screen, top right. That's blocking our path on the intern side for the draw. So let's run that one in right now.
You like that?
Well, I do if your objective here is really just to score. And at this point in the end, I think that's a good thing for Kevin Cooey to be thinking about. To give up a steal here, you're in a world of hurt. So the scoring is really important.
yeah.
So you open up one side this way, and you might get some action, and then think good things could happen. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. I do like the call.
Yep.
Well, he's been a bit off from his usual
No, curl.
stellar play. And will get both of them, but moving, but only eliminates one.
Yep, Sweden lying 2 as well. Little expression of a bit of concern there on the visage of Mr. Neufeld. Good chance for Adine to remove the Canadian stone. He can roll half a rock inside.
For Kevin has to be happy he has a bit of the forefoot now to
Yeah.
look at.
Now at least Canada has a shot on the left-hand side of our picture. They didn't have a shot a moment ago. Not an easy one anyways.
Go forward. Whoa. Dan. Go forward. Whoa. Go forward. Whoa. Lite utsidan.
Waiting for this one too. Is this one wide? Just gonna get to nose.
No.
Just come up enough.
So it's a bit nervy.
Thinking of the other previous 2 deuces by Canada.
Yeah.
Play the nose double.
Sweden lying 3. The way they're angled now. Doubles there for Kevin Cooey, but I don't think it's a triple takeout.
you gotta go wider, right?
Yeah, like that.
Well, here we go.
Try Barry around there.
So hook this one, not play the double. Get a practice for a possible draw you need to make to get one.
Well, again, I think Kevin, and correctly, you know, in this end, this is the 8th end now. If you don't score in this end, not only you're trailing, but you've lost control of the even ends too. So you might as well dial it in now. Try to secure your one at least. Fair bit of the forefoot to use if you can wedge it in there. So you can probably get a full cover and still get shot. Cooey having a really strong game.
Wait only, guys.
Line's good.
He's had some ups and downs this week, but most part pretty
Hard,
solid.
hard, then. Hard, guys. Hard, guys.
We're short, boys.
Now, Hebert conveying the bad news. This one's light.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Get it in.
Okay.
They do get it in.
Yeah. Groan from the crowd as that one comes up light.
Getting into that slide path, just don't know if it even had enough on it.
Yeah, that seemed a light out of hand. So now Nick Adine, now you're thinking, all right, we can do better than force. Now we can steal.
Hoppas på att han inte sätter tappen. Försöka krympa så mycket vi kan göra.
Steal here is a potential game winner for
Lägger vi
Sweden.
något här. Tvingar han att dra vidare. Det är ju dock bara halva fyrfoten. Hamnar man här så är den där
Coming down this path, you've got some options. You know, if you get it into the front button area, perfect, fantastic. But coming down that path, it stops a foot or two short. You're making Kevin Cooey's shot for one more difficult. So there's a fair bit of tolerance here for the Swedes coming down this side in terms of where they can leave it. That's where they want to put it, right where Oscar's got his brush.
Vilka gillar du, Niklas?
Get
Jag var
it
inne
front
på dragningen
button,
först, men
fully buried.
jag skulle vilja se hans...
Then you're saying to
Kan
Kevin
ta timing,
Cooey,
vi har 7:40.
try to find the pin.
Jag gillar den där, kan bara täcka dragningen, topp 8 där. Vi bestämmer en sten. Nästan kan 12.
Well, now Eriksson patting his brush in the front 12 foot, so maybe they're backing off a little bit.
Så att han måste träffa.
Maybe they're happy just to try and cut off the forefoot and make Kevin Cooey draw around it somehow. Maybe the rationale there, Luke, is that Kevin was just light on his last one. Make him throw a different path.
Get out a bit wider.
Yep. He's already thinking about being light on his first.
Don't leave the option of a possibility of a hit.
Right.
Nicholas Adine, 90% on draws.
Good look at the overhead signage here at the NMAX Center.
Bra linje, bra linje. Bra fart. Håll kvar den, håll kvar den.
Nicholas Adine trying to shut the gate on Kevin Cooey. They want to get it into the rings for fourth shot. And they do. So there is a piece of the forefoot to draw to for Kevin Cooey.
Needs half into the forefoot or better.
Yep. But now, because of that stone just thrown by Adine, Kevin's going to have to take a wider path to get there if he chooses to draw.
I don't mind this, if that's what you like. It's probably the easiest.
Probably.
Nothing's easy.
I got to get by pretty tight to make this still, and it's a bit of a guess.
I like this.
Kevin's looking
half
at the
rock.
red-yellow tap.
You definitely don't want to be more than half.
No. I think just through.
Boy, you're moving two rocks on an angle.
It's one of those ones where if it over curls, it's going to be heavy, but if it over curls, I might be able to at least cut him down to one.
Yeah, right.
Well, interesting call.
And I think Sweden may have known that it's sort of a guess. You're not sure on that outside path, that wide in turn, what it's going to be. So you rarely see this from teams that will play this angle tap.
Yeah. This is a pretty hard shot. I mean, the tap is short, but you've got to get the angle right.
I need like hack in between. No, I think hack. Not quite hack.
Yeah, sure.
In between there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let us know.
Yeah.
So you have to throw hack weight. You have to throw it hard enough to hit half the front rock. keep the momentum onto the yellow rock, but have it stop in the forefoot.
So, final stone, 8th end for Kevin Cooey.
Whoa, whoa.
Has to go red, yellow, and push it into the forefoot to get 1.
Hard bend.
Now they're trying to carve it, get the angle in the first one. Do they have it at all?
Nope.
They'll tap it up and cuts it down by 1. It is a steal of 2, looks at 3, and that's it.
Wow.
Sweden will knock off the Canadians. Hand them a 2-loss day here at the Pioneer Hybrid World Men's Curling Championship. Big win for Sweden. They get Canada's number with the steal of 3 and a 9-4 victory.
This crowd is absolutely stunned, Luke.
The 3 in 7, the 3 more in 8, and it's in the books. Well, 6th end, and after a miss, double takeout by Nicholas Adine, it leaves a chance here for Kevin Cooey to make this hit and score their second deuce of the game, retake the lead in the back and forth battle. No problem there for the Canadian skip. 7th end, Kevin Cooey's last, facing 3. Disaster written all over at this end. Cooey can try and get over the chance at the triple if you hit it right, but you got to get by the guard, and he doesn't. Fortunate to clip the side one. Nicholas Adine races down to have a chance to play the in-turn draw, hit the house, and a chance at 3 for the reigning world champ. And he is right in there, gets the 3. They take the lead and lead by 2. 8th end, pressure put on.
Let us know.
Cooey elects, rather than the wide in-turn draw, got to play the double tap on the angle, trying to carve it at the end to get the right angle, and won't move it very far. It is a steal of 3, and that is all she wrote. The final. Canada drops their 2nd game of the tournament, 2nd of the day. Sweden improves with the 9-4 victory. The other scores here in session 14. Japan leading Scotland 7-4 as they play in 8. Italy up 5-3 over Korea. Sweden leading Canada 9-4, beat Canada, pardon me, 9-4 in the first final. The Netherlands beat leading Germany 5-4 in the 9th end. Germany has the hammer in that one.
Yeah, pretty natural half stone.
As we look at the standings, Sweden now atop 8-1. Japan can join them if they win tonight. Switzerland is off this evening. Well, Canada and the US 6-2. Italy, Scotland at 4-3. The Netherlands 3-4. Norway, Russia 2-6. Then China and Germany at 1-7, followed by Korea at 0-8. As that wraps up our coverage for session 14. It was a good one. Sweden, Canada, great matchup. For Hans Frauenlaub, myself, Luke Coley, our entire crew, we'll have more for you the rest of round robin and through to the final here at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship.
Room right now.
Waist close.
Room.
We're all over this yellow.
Yeah, we're out heavy.
Great.
Yep. 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 No. Hold me.
Hold. Hard. Hard.